I'm so happy to be here. So we are along the Singapore River where our fleet of Pyxis are operating. So that's exactly how the Pyxis R looks like. You have noticed a lot of solar panel on the roof. A lot of the power for this boat to operate comes from the sun. So during a bright sunny day, solar power is more than enough for these boats to operate quietly up and down the banks of the Singapore River.
Hi everyone, I'm Valerie from Charged Up. Here I am with Tommy from Pyxis, and we are on board the Pyxis R series today. Tommy, would you like to introduce yourself and Pyxis?
Hello Valerie, so happy to be here. So my name is Tommy. I'm the founder and CEO of Pyxis, a maritime electrification startup.
Yeah. Tommy, for those who are new to Pyxis, what are you building and why do you choose to tackle electrification in maritime?
So Pyxis develops the ecosystem for maritime electrification. So we do it through building a fleet of electric vessels, setting up the shore charging network and developing our software, so we call that Electra. So Pyxis believes in creating a one-stop approach so that customers, operators are easily able to adopt into this new green electrified maritime. So the reason why I chose maritime is because my family has been in this industry for many years now.
Wow,
so
okay.
maritime is something that means so much to me. So my grandfather used to drive a wooden boat up and down these very same waterways. So I've seen firsthand how maritime is a key enabler for global trade. So when the decarbonization push started to hit our sector, so we felt that there was a strong opportunity for us to help do our part for this transition to create solutions that are commercially viable, reliable, and also scalable.
Yeah. And you know, maritime has traditionally lacked in terms of electrification. What is actually the biggest shift that's needed?
So for me, I think the biggest shift would be mindset change. So operating electric vessels is a bit different from driving a land EV. So land EV, it's quite a common thing to see nowadays. For marine electrification, is still relatively new. So people, operators might naturally be a bit more careful adopting a new technology. So the difference between a marine EV and a land EV, a marine EV, you have to take into consideration factors such as operating out in the open sea, your marine safety requirements to look out for, operational routes that you need to plan for. So it really requires a whole system approach so that electrification will be able to work well.
Yeah, I think that's also the same for land-based EV, but perhaps more complex in the maritime field. Yeah.
So we'd say maritime is still relatively newer, so much to learn from how the land EV has really
definitely.
progressed.
Yeah. And you're building not just vessels, but the whole infrastructure and intelligence with Electra. So how important it is to actually drive this whole ecosystem approach?
So I think from an operator's perspective, it's not only just buying an electric boat and using it, it's how you can integrate it into your entire fleet so that your operations run smoothly, not just the hardware, about how you can charge this vessel, how you can make use of software to optimize the operations of these vessels. So that's what Pyxis does, providing an ecosystem approach so that people can transit quickly. So with that, we are seeing also a lot of closer integration between hardware and software, and that's where we think a lot of long-term value is being unlocked.
Yeah, I see. So in terms of like traditional vessel operators who are trying to go electric, so what's the biggest challenge that they usually face, and how are you actually working with them to overcome this?
So I think for new clients who are very keen to explore electrification, so one area that you need to understand is that the operational profile for electric boats are a bit different from a diesel-based boats. So there are advantages to electric vessel. There are also certain downsides to electric vessel. You need to look at it holistically. So for example, would be range. Range of electric vessel might be a bit lower compared to a diesel vessel. So a lot of operational planning would come in, and that's where the software aspect of it really shines, where you collect data, you use this data to allow you to make better, more intelligent solutions.
I see. And why did you choose to start here in Singapore?
So I chose to start in Singapore because I think it's a really nice country. We are a maritime nation where we've got so many key stakeholders in the ecosystem, from the government, to the operators, to the ship owners, to the financiers, to the classification societies, all together in this area that allows us a very, very good platform to turn ideas into real-life pilot projects.
Looking ahead, what are you looking forward to the most in terms of having conversations at our upcoming Charge Up conference?
So Chacha, very excited to be there, very happy to have the chance to have practical conversations about scaling up. Electrification is not new. It's about how we can work with different parties in the value chain so that transformation can happen seamlessly. very excited to be part of Charge Up because you have the chance to meet different people from different industries, different sectors, learning from their experience, learning from their stories of how actual operation happens on the ground. And this is where I believe change and transformation happens for the industry.
We look forward to having you there, Tommy.
Very much so. Looking forward to it, Valerie.
Yeah. Thank you.